Howdy, partners. Welcome back to another live stream. I know it's way earlier than I normally live stream, by a fuck ton of hours, like 8 hours at least. But right now, I'm on my health grind. I'm trying to take care of my health, so I'm trying to go to bed early, trying to stay off the screens. You know, I'm in my old man arc, so just trying to take care of myself. So that's why I haven't been streaming late right now. I want to try early streams. I'm doubting anyone will be on, but usually somebody surprises me in the chat right now. So we'll find out. If not, not a big deal because today is a very casual stream. I'm actually feeling a little under the weather. So I wanted to react to a couple videos that I saw. Let me see how recent they are. I don't know if they're that recent. Yeah. Okay, well, one isn't. One is. So I wanted to react to two different videos. They're very, very different, but they're more long form stuff. Pedro Silver. Oh, it's Alaminoto. Dude, what's up? And Keeves. Hey, how's it going? The savior for French garlic press is here. God bless. I'm sorry you're feeling sick. I hope you feel better. Thank you so much. I hope I feel better too. I got important things to do this weekend, so fingers crossed that I feel better. But I should be feeling okay. It's just a little sniffles right now. It's because of the fucking Canadian cold weather, but it is what it is. My main accounts still don't work. Bro, what did you do on your main account to get banned so hard? It's like you sold drugs or some shit on your YouTube account. That's so funny, though. Get better, twin. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Okay, let me just make sure all the shit is good here, and then we will get on the road with a react. I'm hoping you guys haven't seen these videos, but we'll see about that. Because they do have some numbers on their view count, so... let's see. Maybe it was because that I watched you that I'm on a watch list. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe you commented too many times on a Tibor video, and they were like, nah, we gotta get rid of this guy. No more. Alright. There we go. So, I think a few people, a few more popular YouTubers have kind of watched this video. I haven't watched it yet. So this will be a whole raw dog adventure for me. Hopefully you guys watching haven't seen it either. But like I said, it's got 6 million, almost 6 million views on it. So I wouldn't be, that might be a big ask. But you know what? This video basically talks about, I could just read the description. It's right there. A closer look at the rise of gambling and how it's infected every part of American culture. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have this experience, but I feel like everyone everywhere is into gambling recently, at least in the recent years. Even people close to me, they're into like sports betting and shit like that, which is like a more casual version of gambling, but still, it's pretty goofy how fast it's infected everywhere. I still have some comments you can't see in your videos. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes you'll comment and then I'll go to respond to it, like however long it takes me to respond to it, and then it'll just be gone. And it's the weirdest thing. I don't know why YouTube does that. It doesn't even do that with just you. It's like everyone. It's weird. Man, I sure love gambling. Me too, brother. Me too. All right, let's get the show on the road, boys. Excuse me. All right, let's ride. Let me know if the audio's fucked up or anything.
Gambling has changed. It used to be you'd lose your money on slots in Vegas, but today, not only can you do that, you can also bet on your favorite sports team, on the opening coin toss,
True.
on this
That's what I was saying.
pitch, or on all three in a parlay. You can do it from your phone, your tablet, your Apple Watch. You don't just have to gamble on sports. You can gamble on esports, on video game items, on slots.
Can you really? You can gamble on esports? Sorry,
you can do it in
I didn't mean to pause for that. That was wild.
On meme stocks, gamble with calls, gamble on earning calls, gamble on calls with earning calls. You can gamble on political events.
The only time I went to a casino, I stayed in the buffet while the rest of my family gambled. Dude, I totally get that. I'm not a big gambler either, but fuck. I hope the buffet was good. Because that's exactly what I would do. I'm not a big gambler either. Hello, Tibor. Hey, Kira. How's it going? I'm gonna start commenting on this one in your videos. Beauty. I've been missing the nice mustache comments.
You can bet if Zelensky's going to wear a suit before July, if Jerome Powell's going to say inflation 50 or 60 times in September. And you don't just have to gamble on that. You can gamble on crypto coins,
Holy shit,
Dogecoin, Fartcoin. You can gamble on the champion of Fartcoin coin. And you can
I had no idea it was
gamble on
that
any
bad.
The champion of Fartcoin has ever made on whether they will become popular or not. And if none of that's your cup of tea, you can also just gamble directly within your banking app on a game of roulette.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. There's no way. Gambling through your bank app? That's fucking insane. I got some homework to do in a class to attend, but have a good reaction stream. Sorry I cannot suggest you the quality content I always do. Hey, that's okay, Kira. I appreciate you dropping in. Have a good class. Get that homework done. The buffet was incredible. Highly recommend. Buffets always hit different. There's something cozy about a buffet vibe. I just love them so much. I'll have to go to a casino for the buffet, though. That's a good recommendation.
Like a gentleman. And don't even get me started on the ads. If you turn on sports, esports, podcasts, not even my favorite political show is safe.
Shout out to Prize Picks, the best app to fire on sports in the game.
You will be
That's
bombarded
true.
with gambling ads by every famous person you've ever heard of.
DraftKings. DraftKings.
Yeah.
DraftKings.
The money must be huge.
DraftKings Sportsbook.
Uh-oh. How did we get here? And is it a good thing that we're turning every spare moment of our lives into a game of chance? I'm betting no.
Got him. My YouTube is starting to break. What did you do? I'm so curious. I love that CoffeeZilla really goes full out, like a cinematic masterpiece for all his videos. I don't watch his videos often, but when I see one that like is something I'm into,
Build a website you love.
goddamn. Thanks, Wix. Please hold. Don't want any ads to dox me. It's funny because I literally went through this entire video and there should be no ads, but I guess YouTube's like, ah, fuck it. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go.
There are three things responsible for gambling becoming more mainstream, but the first and biggest trend is simply the mainstream becoming more like gambling. See, Silicon Valley learned a decade ago that gambling mechanics are incredibly good for user retention, so they put them everywhere. Let's say you're shopping online. Well, now you can spin a wheel to unlock prizes. Or if you're playing video games, you know.
I will say in terms of video games, I've absolutely seen that a ton. Gambling is the new thing to do. And it's not even like money gambling. It's just like the chance, playing the game a chance to win something. It goes so deep that it's even in when I play Roblox for videos, it's even so deep that it's in there too. Like they have literal gambling-ish stuff in a kid's game. It's crazy how deep it goes. I like this guy's suspenders. I fuck with his style too.
Randomized items. You can even use those
I
items
love it.
as virtual currency.
He
in
needs
a
some
casino we've made a
multicolored
three-part
suspenders
series
or some
about.
shit.
Or maybe you don't have a problem with loot boxes for adults, but we've also put them in kids' video games because gotta start.
That's
young.
what I just said.
Roblox is the largest game for minors. And
Wow.
they're stuffed with
I should be
randomized loot
CoffeeZilla.
boxes. But even if that's fine for you, what about the third-party websites which, against TOS, allow full gambling based on a kid's game? And yes, there are actual kids gambling on these apps.
Right.
I'm not surprised.
Won a bit of profit there. I had 200 Robux. No, I had 200 Robux in profit, 100 Robux in profit, but I lost them. But I had 50 Robux and I lost it, and I thought I got 50 Robux again. So on this, mine, on Robux World, what I'm gonna do is buy 40 crates now. No, not 40 crates, but like.
That's so fucking crazy,
like
man.
44 crates.
I am so worried for the future of humanity. Excuse me. Not even talking like 100 years from now, like 20. When this generation that's growing up with everything like TikTok and the social media and I guess gambling now. Oh, good voice crack. I'm just so worried what's gonna happen. Fuck, AI is gonna kill us all.
Let's go.
It's scary.
Let's go.
Yeah, it is Elemento.
Let's go.
Worrying. That's the least of
Absolutely
it.
disgusting to see that. And look, I spoke to an insider who worked on this website, Roblox Wild, before it got shut down. He shared data which claimed they made $5,000 a day, or roughly $2 million a year.
Wow.
Thankfully, this website got shut down, but third-party gambling sites still persist because copying casinos makes a ton of money. And that's why we've been putting it into everything, including our politics. Prediction
Really?
markets are the answer.
I've never seen that. American.
Putting it
If you
into
got
everything,
Americans, are
including
there any
our
Americans
politics.
here? Can you confirm or deny? I've literally never seen this. That's why I tell people to say please and thank you to their Alexas. Yeah, you got to be real nice to the robots so they try and remember you. Whenever Siri gives me directions, I always try and say thank you, just in case she turns on me one day. That'll be the day that my iPhone pulls a Glock on me.
Prediction markets are the answer to the question of what if we could YOLO on election results and world events. The biggest websites are Polymarket and Kalshi, which have exploded in popularity during the American election cycle. But it isn't just major events that attract bettors. I was recently asked to investigate whether this was a suit that Zelensky was wearing.
And I can confirm the
Why?
political gambling thing.
Well, the
Wow.
prediction market had bet $200
That
million
is
in
crazy.
betting volume on this bet, and some of them were really mad that they decided no, this is not a suit. I guess whether you think it is or not,
That looks
the
like a suit to me,
volume
man.
of betting here
I knew
is
sports
insane.
betting
And one
was bad. I
reason
didn't
for
know
that
it was
is because
bad
these companies
everywhere.
are exploiting loopholes that
everything.
allow betting even
Wow.
in states where normal gambling is illegal. Because these companies say they're not a casino, so they don't fall under the same rules, which is why instead of having to be 21, you can now gamble at 18 on prediction markets. And while there have been legal challenges to this, both of the major companies, Kalshi and Polymarket, have
I'm
recently
trying to think how
brought on
old
the
you have to be to
president's
gamble
son
in
as an advisor,
Canada.
making
I
it
think
hard to see
18.
how they're going to be meaningfully regulated. Meanwhile, all the major betting apps are busy launching their own prediction market copycats to get around the same weak rules that we still have regarding betting. And don't even get me started on the other loophole.
I consume so much American content that sometimes I think the economy is crumbling. Then I realize I live in Brazil. My economy is already shit. Hey, I'm with you up here in Canada, man. Brazil and Canada are in this together.
That are out there. Have you ever heard of the TikTok of sports wagering?
This is Cheddar. We're building the TikTok of sports wagering. Legal
Holy
in
shit.
20 more states than DraftKings. Accessible for 18 to 21-year-olds. Live, in-game, micro betting.
This goes
Swipe to
deep.
predict every moment of every play.
I'm going to stop you right there. If you missed
my
it,
God.
Cheddar is a new startup trying to combine DraftKings, TikTok, and Tinder features into one app.
You know what? That will be so successful if they don't get shut down. I'm sure he'll talk about it, but fuck. That is like a winning formula. You got the TikTok. The TikTok, said the boomer. You got... Oh, fuck, that's crazy.
And one of the things they brag about is they're allowing 18 to 21-year-olds as a competitive edge. Guys,
How many
you know
times am I
the
gonna say that's
untapped
crazy this
market
video,
of
do you think?
Teenagers for gambling?
Let's
Now,
bet
to be
on it,
fair,
boys
Cheddar has not
and
launched
girls.
yet, but this is obviously the future we're heading towards, turning everything into a maximally addictive
It's funny that
gambling
one can
product.
gamble
It's
legally
sports
before they can
wagering.
drink legally in the
Piece of
US.
slop.
The US is funny with that shit, I find. You can buy a pack of smokes before you can drink legally, I think, in the US, can't you? You can buy smokes at like 18? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. There is something funny that you could do in the US before you could drink that doesn't really make sense. Maybe it's voting. I can't remember.
Yeah. Isn't that the most dystopian
The US has got
thing
some
you've ever
goofy
heard?
stuff.
We're trying to turn sports betting into slot machines. I mean, the funny
Neuron
thing is this whole
Fryer
product is
2000?
built around yet
Absolutely.
another loophole called a sweepstakes casino, and that's how they get around
gonna be
the
some fuck shit,
21-year-old
man.
age requirement. Here's how it basically works. Sweepstakes casinos claim that you don't actually need to purchase anything to play, so it's kind of not gambling. In fact, you can get free coins to access their games, but they also have a second currency which you can buy. Well, not buy. You get it for free when you buy.
That's the one I'm thinking of. You can buy firearms too. That's what I was thinking of, I think. Yeah, the US has got some good things, but it's also got some iffy things about it. I love that you can just buy guns in a Walmart though. In Canada, you have to go through like 18 hoops to even like look at a hunting rifle. I could just go to the States and just go to Walmart. It's perfect.
The worthless coins. For example,
can't
their
hear
website says if
67
you buy
anymore.
100 cheddar
Fucking
coins, you
TikTok
get
meme.
5 bonus
I feel like a
cheddar
boomer. I
cash.
don't even know what that
That's
is.
usually what you can gamble
Ish.
with and redeem for real money. This is actually how Stake US works. If you didn't know, Stake International is one of the world's largest casinos, but they aren't allowed here in the United States. So they have an American arm, which is a sweepstakes casino, which has gold coins and stake cash. One Redditor explains how the loophole really works. Quote, one stake cash is 1 USD. They only use gold coins because they need to say that you aren't gambling with real money to stay open in the US. Except,
That's
of course,
crazy.
you are actually
I gotta stop saying
with
that's crazy.
real
I feel like
money.
I've
They
said
just
it like
have a
every 4
virtual
seconds.
currency workaround, which basically everyone has figured out. Some casinos are just kind of more honest about it than others. Cheddar's basically saying the quiet part out loud. They're going after 18 to 21-year-olds with TikTok, Tinder, sports betting at the pace of slots. And by the way, people are betting on their success. They're actually in a cohort of startups invested in by a Silicon Valley investment firm called A16Z. But if you think...
I mean, I would bet on that success too. If I was a venture capitalist with a fuck ton of money, I would absolutely invest in that if I had no morals. Because that's a guaranteed success. There's no way that thing doesn't do numbers. This is so dirty, that's crazy. It is. It is, man. It's scary.
think that's a bad idea. Now let's talk about banks and gambling. I recently made a video on Yada, which was a fintech, which is a complicated story. We've done a ton of work on here and here. But basically, the original pitch was a no-lose lottery, which gamified savings. Lots of YouTubers work with them, and they acted like a bank, at least at first, until they switched their new business model to be about allowing you to gamble inside the app and lose money, essentially becoming a casino within what is essentially a bank account. Now, I should actually note that Yada recently shut down the banking side and have fully focused on the sweepstakes casino part. I guess it's a more profitable business, but it's a sign of the times that everyone is moving their app more towards gambling, and finance is going the same way. On August 19th, 2025, the investing app Robinhood announced they are bringing sports betting prediction markets to their app. In the announcement, the vice president of Robinhood claimed sports betting was a, quote, no-brainer, as we aim to make Robinhood a one-stop shop for all your investing and trading needs. AKA, we noticed people were leaving to other apps. We don't like that. We'd like you to never leave our app.
It's interesting that people are so into gambling, and I guess they're wired that way with their brains and stuff. But there has always been kind of like a legal or more clean way of gambling, and that's through the stock market. You know, you feel like just blowing through some money, like $20, fucking throw it in a stock or some shit. Buy a piece of a stock, you know? And I guess it's more enticing if it's something you're interested in, or sports. And I guess it's more of a short-term result where you can kind of, you know, you bet before the game starts, and then 3 hours later, you know if you've lost your money or, I guess, doubled it or whatever. Whereas the stock market's more long-term, I guess. Still, it's kind of goofy that the stock markets always exist and this type of gambling has always existed. But now that people are into sports and all that kind of betting, it's very different. The whole idea of placing bets with a click of a button is just so alarming to me, despite the fact that this has been a thing for quite some time. It's scary, what you can do with the click of a button these days. Like, imagine you could just drain your entire bank account with just one press of a button. Betting your... I once met a guy at a hockey game, and, you know, it was like small talk, and I asked him, oh, what do you do for a living? And he's like, oh, I'm a professional gambler. And it wasn't even like going to the casino and winning blackjack or poker or whatever. This dude was just sports betting, and that was his entire existence. It's crazy how far it's gotten. Next year, gamble your YouTube coins now. We get your bank account information, soul, brain. Well, I'm telling you, you won't get a soul or a brain, but you can have the YouTube account.
Now, ironically, the very next day, FanDuel, a sports betting app, announced they were bringing stock market betting to their customers.
But I will ask you about
that's
what's called
interesting.
the gamification of markets. Why this move? Why FanDuel? Why now?
I almost want to say that's dangerous for the market, but I'm not really educated enough to say something like that. At least in that sense.
For us to have a partner like FanDuel and be able to have 14 million accounts on day one, I'm not becoming a casino, contrary to popular opinion. I didn't buy a casino. These are markets that will be offered to the general public, and we think is massively exciting of what it could do.
And you couldn't have a more perfect image of how finance is embracing the casinos and vice versa. Actually, correction, you can have a more perfect image because after I wrote this, the New York Stock Exchange's owner invested $2 billion into Polymarket. So actually, this is the perfect image of where we are. And a result is a lot of young
Crazy.
people now see the stock market as kind of more
I'm gonna
like a
stop
betting
saying it,
market.
I swear.
The most popular group on Reddit is Personal Finance with about 21 million followers. In second place, Wall Street Bets, where gambling on the stock market is embraced and celebrated.
I was gonna say, Wall Street Bets was like it was my guilty pleasure back in the day.
It grew the most during the meme stock craze of 2020, which shifted how some people thought about investing. Instead of being driven by earnings, prices, or fundamentals, people gambled on memes, attention, and vibes. People are chasing bigger.
I know someone who was very, very successful in the whole meme push that came out of that year. He made a lot of money from that. Like, we're talking 7 figures a lot. The fact that that can happen is mind-boggling.
And taking on bigger risks to do so. One measure of this is the amount of
I
debt
wish I
people are
made
taking
money.
out to invest. Margin debt is at an all-time high of $1 trillion, which even on an inflation-adjusted basis is near all-time highs and up 5x over the last few decades. Not only that, the rapid growth of zero-day options by retail traders is also a telltale sign. It's grown 5x in volume over 5 years, showing that people are trying to gamble more.
I was gonna say, I think that's like the short form version of the stocks.
Red or black at the casino.
Do you think there's a correlation between an abundance of time someone can have and the amount of time spent gambling? Does that make sense, or this is a stupid question? No, not a stupid question at all. I think there absolutely could be a correlation between having a lot of free time and the amount of time spent on gambling. I think especially if you're bored and don't really have many hobbies per se, or kind of other things to keep you busy, I could absolutely see how someone could fall into that. And I think the part of the reason gambling is so big now is because, you know, what do you think the big thing people is spending their time on is usually social media and the short form content. So I think, I honestly do think there is a correlation between an abundance of time and the amount of time spent gambling, because I just don't think people have as many hobbies as people used to even 20 years ago. So I think that's definitely been a part of this whole gambling craze. Absolutely. That wasn't a stupid question. That was a good one.
No, fast action, massive wins or losses on a single day. But if the stock market is America's casino, then meme coins are basically the back alley bookie who will break your legs. Bigger price swings, faster action. Meme coins are even more degenerate than meme stocks and pump and dump usually within a single day. Among the people who trade these,
I forgot about those
Pump.fun
too.
is the leading destination as the one-click launchpad. Anyone can make a meme coin in seconds, and there is no value in it other than the expectation that someone might be more foolish than you and buy at a higher price than you did. And of course, Pump.fun is happy to take a cut and make most of the money.
What do you think
Most
with that,
traders
Keeps,
will
though?
lose,
Do you think
but
there's a
now
correlation
you also
between
get a
those two
cut
things?
If you're a content creator who pushes one of these coins. We've seen the same thing from launchpads like Meteora.
If you invest in
They
meme
allow
coins,
creators
you
to have
are
a split of
stupid.
some of the trading
You're not
fees.
wrong,
Kind of
brother. If you invest in meme coins, you get sent right to the asylum,
democratizes the
honestly.
grift. Now, anyone can farm their followers and fans for money. You don't have to be particularly sophisticated. And that's actually how Trump made millions of dollars in fees with Trump meme coin without ever selling. He just farmed the fees. And to be clear, this money
forgot he
doesn't
did that too.
magically appear. It's being siphoned away from regular people who mostly lose. It creates a sad ecosystem where most creators are racing to the bottom for attention to get their audiences to pump their worthless coins, leading to a predictable spiral where most are scamming, rage baiting, or otherwise trying to shock each other into becoming the biggest grift of the day.
Well, bro, what the fuck was that? Oh, shit. Getting blasted with swastikas and meme music and gambling? That was a sensory overload. Okay, there we go. Sorry, just had to get through the ad. Oh, did it again. There we go.
Trying to shock each other into becoming the biggest grift of the day.
Cups got drained.
Thanks for the 20
This is like-
candles.
It's ripping.
Oh my god, I forgot about that kid.
Got drained.
Thanks for the
This kid did a pump and dump twice and he was like 13. How long ago was that? That was like a year? Oh my god. I forgot about that kid. Well, there is that phrase, idle hands are the devil's playground, and I think that definitely rings true to many vices, whether it's gambling or drinking or stopping addiction, etc. Yeah, I totally agree. I think the best thing you can do for yourself, excuse me, oh my god. The best thing you can do for yourself is just keep busy. You know, it's the stereotypical of advice of like, go exercise, take care of yourself, you know, hang out with people, good people. And, yeah, that like, sorry, I lost lost my train of thought. I got distracted by the kid's face again. Yeah, I think there's definitely some merit. Man, you can't say this president is good or this president is bad. They are all bad. Yeah, I think, well, every country leader has its pros and cons. That's just the way she goes.
20 bandos.
It's ripping.
What? Buffalo! Buffalo!
If you've ever heard
What
of
am
a
I
zero-sum
doing?
game where
I'm
someone
gonna
has
get
to win
fucking
for the
banned
other one to
again.
lose, meme coins are negative sum because of all the trading fees. Most people, by definition, will lose. The real winner, of course, is Pump.Fun and people pushing it. According to one analysis, they've generated revenues of over $800 million for themselves,
Oh my
while
God.
almost none of the traders have made significant profits. According to one analysis, 0.4% of all traders will ever make over $10,000. So almost no one.
Woo!
And look, the reason we're going through all of this is to explain the many ways that gambling is no longer just about slots, cards, brick and mortar casinos. We've injected it into every conceivable aspect of our lives. And that has two effects. One, it's inescapable. You cannot avoid gambling by avoiding Vegas anymore.
I actually wonder, it must be so difficult if you are a gambling addict. It must be so difficult, harder than it ever has been to quit these days. I can't imagine that. Like, if you really are surrounded by it in every possible way. Even in Canada, in my shitty little area, we get ads for it all the time on the TV. You hear it on the radio, it's everywhere. It must be so difficult.
It's literally everywhere. And then two,
That's what
it's
I just
also harder
said.
to understand and study because most researchers are studying like casinos, sports betting, but so much of gambling is not that anymore. So as we get to the numbers of this stuff, remember, everything's going to be an undercount. But it is still important to talk about those casinos, and that's where we're going to shift now. Starting with the biggest trend that has happened for these casinos, and number two on our reason, which is sports gambling becoming legalized. Rewind the clocks for a second back to 2018 when the Supreme Court overturned a federal ban. At the time, basically, you could only sports bet in Nevada. But after this, you can see in a few years, we've completely flipped on the issue.
I thought it's always
now
been
allow sports
available.
betting.
That explains
And
why
along
it's
with that, the
pumped up in popularity.
advertising budgets for these companies is absolutely enormous. DraftKings, FanDuel, Underdog, Prize Picks, they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars getting celebrities and influencers to push their product every year. And man, has it worked. As I'm writing this, the #1 sports app on the App Store is not sports. It's not ESPN. ESPN and the NFL are second and third. The #1 sports app is actually DraftKings. And in the top 10, half of those apps are sports betting, which is insane. There are two reasons for this. Obviously, one,
insane's an understatement.
Advertising, but the second is what are called inducements, which is when these apps will incentivize players to download them and place a bet, sometimes literally offering what seems like free money.
I will say, I'm not a gambler, but I have considered, taking part in the fun just because of those free bets that they offer. I didn't ultimately go through with it, but because, I actually didn't have enough storage on my phone because I have like an iPhone 9 or 10. I don't remember. But yeah, like even that simple like free bet offer, if I'm not losing anything, I don't really care, but it's probably a slippery slope, I imagine.
Just turned $5 into $150 in bonus bets.
New customers bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets if you win.
New customers get risk-free bets up to $2,000.
Fuck, why is there so many ads? I literally went through this entire video. Like I did the thing where you skip to the end of the video and then just let it ride and replay it. Didn't work, I guess.
Look, the reason casinos do this is kind of obvious. If they can make you place one bet, they're more likely to place the second, third, and 100th. But even setting aside the fine print of these weird offers, does it not strike anyone else as weird that we're allowing gambling companies to give away free stuff? Imagine the cigarette industry told you, you know, buy your first pack, get 50 free packs free to get you...
I'm not addicted to anything, so it is weird for me knowing how people are addicted and how hard it is to leave it. I understand that it is hard, but not how hard it is. I could almost say, well, if you're not addicted to anything, that's obviously awesome. But I could almost say it's a general safe bet. Like, I'd be curious, could you go without your phone for a day? Because then I think you could consider that an addiction-ish. I guess depending how much you're on it. But yeah, that's like, I think that's the closest comparison I could make to it for you. Because I've had an addiction in the past. And it's like, you don't feel the same if you don't have it, you know? It's difficult. It's definitely difficult. But the phone is the biggest comparison I think I could make if you don't have an addiction already. If you can't leave your phone for a day, then you'll kind of get the plot. You kind of get the idea.
Started. Imagine Budweiser said, shotgun one, they'll send you a case for fun. It's insane. And yet, that's exactly what these sports betting apps are doing. It's the lifeblood of how they get new players. And once you're in, these apps will also cater to their biggest players, biggest losers, called VIPs. They will send them gifts as they spend their life savings. And there have been multiple lawsuits actually about this. And to make it worse, if you do the opposite and you actually win too much on these apps, they will try to limit your betting, as one investigation found.
If you show any real ability to effectively handicap a game and beat the sportsbook, they will limit your bets and essentially kick you out of the sportsbook. They will not let you win.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how sportsbooks treat you once you start winning?
They don't want to accept your bets.
Yeah, it turns out the casinos actually hate the exact player that's featured in all of their advertisements. The guy who actually wins too much money. Which is actually so crooked when you think about it, that if you're one of the few people who achieves what they're promoting, they actually don't want you. Now, as I was writing this story, another massive scandal actually broke in the sports betting world, which is even more corrupt than not allowing winners.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years.
That's right. The FBI just exposed a massive sports rigging scheme that was using these apps to win money on rigged basketball games. One example of this was March 23rd, 2023, when an NBA player...
No? Oh, I'm assuming you're responding to what I said earlier. I have to head out and get ready for work. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks, Tibor. Keebs, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good time at work.
Terry Rozier told a friend ahead of time that he was going to go out early on a foot injury. And so that night, $200,000 in bets were placed on his underperformance because no one else knew that he was injured. And a few minutes after Terry kind of limping around, he left the game and the bets paid off. A few days later, Terry Rozier and his friend allegedly counted the money at his house from the fraudulent wagering scheme. And this was one of several rigged games the FBI alleged, but the media was quick to point out...
You know, I'm going to be honest, I never actually looked into the NBA scam. Or gambling ring. As crazy and as big as it was.
This isn't even the first time someone was caught doing something like
that. I don't have a job. I wish.
Who played for the Toronto Raptors, has already
enjoy it while you can.
Guilty. He's already pled guilty. He's awaiting sentencing for doing just what Rozier and Jones are accused of. So this train has already left the station, Laura. And I have to tell you, when Jeff Teague, an NBA player, says, oh, there's betting everywhere, it is everywhere. I've done ads for DraftKings. LeBron James has done ads for DraftKings. In fact, ESPN, when they were reporting this story this morning, they're having programming, people talking just like you and me, talking about this scandal on the press conference the FBI was giving. And underneath them on the ticker was an ad for ESPN Bet, which is ESPN's own sportsbook.
Yeah, the irony of all of this is that the same people who condemn illegal betting going on are simultaneously pushing the sports books which create the opportunity. And at some point, the producers on ESPN actually noticed it. And see if you can spot the moment they try to fix the sportsbook ad in the corner.
You hear a lot about legal sports gambling on this show. The Bussin' Boys, obviously sports gambling is a huge part of what you do, so we put those all out there as a preamble because it might be in the back of people's minds, and we acknowledge that this is a different time and place. However, there is a fine line, not so fine. There is a bold line that obviously has to be drawn.
Well, that's a little awkward. You're actually supposed to remove the ad for sports betting before talking about sports rigging. And honestly, we've only hit the tip of the iceberg here because we've since learned these professional leagues are useless at catching this stuff. Turns out the NBA already investigated Terry Rozier before the FBI indictment for that exact game, and they cleared him because the NBA commissioner said there was insufficient evidence.
Ultimately concluded that there was insufficient evidence despite that aberrational behavior to move forward.
Right. So even with aberrational activity, they had the right game, the right guy, and the NBA couldn't find enough evidence. I mean, the more money that goes into sport...
I mean, obviously the FBI has more access to better resources and everything to look into something like that. So I'm not really that surprised that the NBA couldn't find anything. Usually sports organizations aren't usually known for the best research, I guess is the word.
Sports betting, the more this will be a problem, and the leagues are clearly not equipped to handle it. But people just look the other way because the money's too good. And I want to now address the size of these betting markets because they're absolutely enormous in ways most people don't understand. And to get our heads around it, we're going to look at some survey numbers. One study estimates that 22% of all Americans and almost half of men my age have an online sports betting account. Another estimates that 1 in 4 people have placed a bet on sports and 1 in 5 have placed a bet in the last year. Like with all surveys, there's margins of error here, but the data mostly agrees. Sports betting is very widespread and extremely popular among young men. And for the ones who get addicted, it's financially devastating. One recent study looked at Americans' finances before and after sports betting was legalized by their state. They found that bankruptcy rates rise approximately 10% after legalization.
Holy shit. That is huge. 10%?
Looked at financial stability, noting that for households that do bet, they spend on average about $720 a year sports betting. And the study found that for every dollar someone deposits for betting, there's a reduction in net investments of just under $1.
This gives me anxiety, dude.
They invest less, which means their financial future is worse. Makes sense. But this is especially true of problem gamblers or gambling addicts. To be clear, this is not something that affects all gamblers. Roughly 1% of the world population suffers from this. It's more common among people who bet regularly.
1% of the world population is still huge, though. We're talking millions, probably tens of millions of people, no?
And bet online. Two of the things that sports gambling encourages. Problem gambling completely obliterates people's finances and affects more than just the gambler because as they beg, borrow, or steal, they affect everyone around them. And I do mean steal. Roughly half of gambling addicts will commit a crime, and most of those crimes are...
What? Wow. I didn't know it went that deep.
Continue gambling, often leading to a spiral where the addict doesn't see a way out, which is why problem gambling has one of the highest suicide rates of any substance addictions.
I could see that.
I don't get it. You know none of this matters, right?
Yeah.
You tried this before.
80 million people?
Bet, CS2,
wow.
And it did nothing.
That's still a fuck ton of people.
No, literally.
80 million addicted gamblers?
Absolute silence. All the moralizing, the anti-gambling. You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
The extra special effects this dude goes through is crazy. Thank you, ad. Fuck. I can't get rid of him. That might have been the end of the video, though. Oh, no. Nowhere near. We got 13 minutes left. Fuck. There we go.
Let me tell you a story. A year ago, I was offered $20,000 to do a video by Casino. Now, I said no and made a whole series about it, but what I didn't tell you is that later I was offered $1 million to cover my legal fees in an ongoing case. Now, this was offered by a person who said they wanted to remain anonymous.
Now that times 1,000, how much money? Oh, fuck, I can't do math. Definitely, what is that, like 8 billion? I'm probably way off. Fuck ton of money, though.
No strings attached. Very nice person. They said they wanted to just help out. Sounds great. But then I found out the money was coming from a sports betting company. They were one of the top people, and that's obviously a dilemma for me. I am publicly against gambling, and here this person's kind of privately telling me, well, gambling can pretty much solve all my problems. Pay my legal fees. You know, they're telling me, oh, their company's regulated. It's fine. It's above board. Ultimately, I had to say no. Thank you for the offer, but
$80 billion.
in my head, there's no such thing as $1 million, no strings attached. And, you know, obviously, I also can't take $1 million from a sports betting company and then go make a video criticizing sports betting. But it gave me pause and kind of gave me an aha moment that I was missing before, where I started to understand exactly how screwed we are. And this goes into our third reason gambling is winning. The casual way these casinos can throw around life-changing money for any normal person is why the data will never fix this. It's why having enough sad facts about addicts or interviewing people whose lives were ruined will not change things. Believe me, I've done it, and it's never moved the needle.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole idea behind the lottery, too. You're focusing on the 1 or 2 people that have had their lives entirely changed, and you're leaving out the millions of people that bet their money on the lottery and never win anything more than like $10. That's what the whole scheme is.
To be honest, it's not even debatable that gambling is kind of bad for most people and life-destroying for a few. Even the industry kind of admits that. But the reason gambling is everywhere in spite of that is there is too much money in the game benefiting the people that make the final decisions, right? Think about the states with tax revenue, the casino profits, the influencer payouts.
There's probably much more.
Group.
This is the number of addicted people. They spend much more than $1,000 yearly. Yeah, 100%. 100%. If they're addicted, oh my God. Imagine entire life savings just gone. Like, yeah, it's insane to even try and comprehend.
That gambling is incredible for. So incredible, it's
sad as hell. Absolutely, it is.
I'm talking billions of dollars in profits. And if you want to understand why gambling is everywhere, you can't just look at the statistics. You have to look at the money. And I want to show you exactly how this works with an example. This is Matthew. He's better known online as Nadeshot, and recently he took a gambling deal with an offshore crypto casino. And when he first talks about the deal, I want you to notice it's a little strange. He almost seems hesitant.
Boys, we just partnered with Rootbet, and before I say anything, don't gamble, okay? You will lose. I promise you, you're gonna lose. But that's why I partnered with Rootbet, so they can pay me to gamble. So when I lose...
What kind of ass backwards sponsorship is this? Okay.
I'm still gonna lose.
Yeah, it's pretty weird to hear someone say, don't gamble, guys, while announcing a partnership with a gambling company.
Yeah, a little.
He may lose money, but in fact, he later admits that it's the most money he's ever been paid.
This is the biggest partnership that I've had.
Look at this dude's fucking background. You think he's making good money? You think he's losing his gambles?
In my entire career?
No, instead I think the hesitancy, the weirdness of this video is because Nadeshot knows pushing gambling is kind of bad for people. He said so.
I always like to think that I would, like, say down the line if I ever got, like, offered $100 million, but I had to push gambling, I always like to think that I'd be able to reject that offer, but it would be so enticing for obvious reasons, especially in my situation right now. Oh, yeah, that would be difficult. That would be difficult. I would have to, like, write a long ass pros and cons list or some shit. I just did some research and they have 50,000 to 99,000 on average. Like, that's how much the gamblers spend?
In a podcast a couple years ago.
Excuse me.
I definitely think that people streaming on Twitch, all the crypto betting, certainly incentivizes younger kids to be more interested in crypto gambling. Like, I know
Really?
personally.
Wow, that is a hot take. I can't believe he came up with something so deep and profound as gambling on a kid's website entices kids to gamble.
People that should not have been gambling online, but
I guess
because
not a
it's
kid's
so easy to
website, but you
gamble
know.
with crypto, they did it when they could not afford to do it, and it has not worked out well for them.
Right. Nadeshot knows personally it's bad. But for the reason why he's doing it anyways, just fast forward 2 minutes in the podcast and we find out, because the host asks, a hypothetical. What if someone offered Nadeshot $100 million to promote gambling? And well, let's just say his tone changed.
I ain't turning down $100 million, bro. You got me fucked up, bro.
I think
go on there.
I think it would be very difficult for a lot of people to say no to that kind of money. And I think that's even in any type of situation, any type of financial situation. $6.4 trillion worldwide. Fuck. I can't even, fathom that type of money. I sometimes imagine that. Obviously, that type of money is more than life-changing. I can't imagine being offered that and saying no that easily. I think a lot of people would take it, and I think that's the only diss I'll give on Coffee. Well, it's not even really a diss. That's the only little criticism I will give, is that I think he underestimates how down bad some people are for money. And, even though he might be able to resist the temptation because, one, he talks about anti-gambling and is very against it, and two, already has and makes good money from YouTube, I think people would have a very difficult time.
And I will crypto gamble 24/7, dude. At that point, man, it's the parents' fault. Hey, I'm just working over here. You're gonna pay me more than LeBron? Brother, I would be lighting up, cash on fire, gambling crypto. I would sell my soul for 100 M's. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
We should clip this. We should send this over.
Okay. I won't sleep. I will be your workhorse. You want me to pump Blue Chews and crypto gambling? I will do it all. You got me fucked up.
There is a certain point, though, not to get too fucking philosophical, but there is a certain point where money just becomes worthless to you. You accumulate so much, and as you get older and older, money starts to become worth less and less to you, even if financially it's still worth a lot.
Them kids, dude. Fuck them kids.
Look, I'm just going to say.
Bro, you do not want to say that sentence. That is crazy work.
He's wrong for saying that. He's a bad person for saying that. But the reality is, this is why gambling is winning. The casinos have so much money, they are buying people's souls. Even people who kind of admit gambling's kind of bad. Put enough money on the table, and Nadeshot says, hey, fuck them kids. And by the way, speaking of fucking them kids, let's talk about Drake.
W's in the shot.
It isn't just streamers or influencers taking deals. It's the biggest rapper on the planet. He signed a reported $100 million deal recently with Stake, the crypto
I saw that
casino,
one, yeah.
which is wild. There's really no endorsement deals like that anywhere else that hit those kind of numbers. And just like Nadeshot, Drake wants you to know that, even though he's taking the money, gambling isn't for everyone. Recently, he posted an $8 million loss, saying, gotta share the other side of gambling. Now, maybe some of you think that's brave, but to me, I see that and go, Drake, that is the only side of gambling for most people. If any normal person lost $8 million, their life is over and their legs are broken. You're the only one with another side to this whole thing. Where, to be clear, that other side is reportedly getting paid $100 million. And to be clear, it's a lot of people taking these deals. I'm not trying to single anyone out. Let's also take Kevin Hart, right? One of the world's smallest comedians. He pushed his DraftKings. And this one I find really bizarre.
Do me a favor, man. Go to the DraftKings app. Look at what I'm betting on. Look at why I'm betting on. Place your bets. All the action is here. DraftKings, Kevin Hart.
I'm not even going to ask why Kevin needs you to get on DraftKings and bet. Like, the fact is he's worth a reported $450 million. But the real thing I find so gross about this is that Kevin Hart has gone on podcasts and talked about the need for financial literacy. You know, he talked about this on Joe Rogan.
The biggest problem within our community is knowledge. We don't know. Debt.
I cannot hear the word knowledge without thinking about that fucking guy in his garage. That shit is cemented into my brain. Holy fuck, that guy, I see that guy in my dreams sometimes. There is a saying, if you can make a society where you are a king and you can make people you like any role you want, you would probably make your family nobles and the rest your servants. Now imagine you can't decide where in the hierarchy you or your family is going to be. You would probably make the society much more just. Oh, absolutely. I mean, people are inherently selfish, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, being inherently selfish, because that's just, you know, our whole point of existence is survival. So people want to be put in secure positions where they have power over other people, money over other people. And that's the way she goes. But yeah, I absolutely could see that. You know, if you had the opportunity to place where you are and your family in a society, you would absolutely place yourself at the pinnacle. Whereas if you couldn't decide, you would try and make it as democratic and equal as possible. Socialist, probably even.
That is welcome.
100%.
Because it's celebrated. That's all we know. The knowledge isn't given. So it's not till you obtain that knowledge and understanding that you go, oh, oh, this is why you put money up. This is how you increase versus decrease. Oh, this is how you earn on your money. Oh, wow. I can gain wealth by investing in what? The stock world is what?
Gambling's the way to go.
How many people partake in the stock world? And is there a part that isn't necessarily gambling? Is there a low risk part? The information isn't there.
Yeah, Kev, maybe the information isn't there on the stock market part, which isn't gambling, because you're too busy telling them about actual gambling. Understand that Kevin Hart is not just a guy who sometimes talks about it on podcasts either. He has a whole partnership, an actual partnership with Chase Bank, where they ran a campaign to improve financial literacy. But then Kevin goes on the side and he's pushing DraftKings, which preys on people's financial illiteracy. And while we're talking about small comedians with big bank accounts, let's talk about Joe Rogan too. And listen, I'm not trying to be high and mighty with all this stuff.
Is Joe Rogan small? How small is Joe Rogan? Okay, sorry, hold on. I'm actually curious. Oh. Height in feet. 5'8". Oh my god, he is small. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to take a little detour.
I know it sounds a bit like that, but believe me, I am eye level with these guys, okay? I'm very short too. You can't tell behind the $10 million studio desk, but no offense is intended here. We got to discuss, though, how the biggest comedians in the world, biggest, smallest comedians, are pushing DraftKings. Didn't Joe get a $250 million?
Why the rich want more money? If I had 100 milli, you would never see me again. I think a lot of it comes down to power. And, you know, I think some people are wired in a way where getting something is never enough. And you're always working towards something, and that's kind of how you're happy. That's kind of the situation with me. Obviously not on the money scale because I'm fucking poor. But in other things in my life. And, you know, you always work towards something, whether you should or not. Some people are just wired like that. And then the other thing is some people just want power. The whole 9 yards.
$1 million deal from Spotify. I didn't realize before this video, like, how many $1 deal.
Joe Rogan up to 250 mil. Wow.
I didn't realize before this video, like, how many gambling ads he has been running recently. In the month of September alone, there were 11 DraftKings ads in 14 videos. And with Joe especially, it's weird because he's the guy who rants against Big Pharma's manipulative advertising.
If you can advertise, you can manipulate people and change their opinion based on theatrics.
So many. Everyone gets a free bet. We all want to win. Hey, let's win together.
You know what to do.
You have music and people dancing and holding hands and spinning around in a wheat field. Like, that is so manipulative. And we are subject to manipulation. And when it's...
Well, isn't all advertising manipulative in a way, in one way or another? I guess you can't really compare a carton of milk advertising to gambling or medical advertising, but still, it's meant to be manipulative. It goes down even to the packaging of the product. Man, that's sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. I think there's a lot of worth for being happy with what you have. And some people just never learn that.
Something
unfortunately
that is so important, like making critical health decisions. There's so many of these commercials. Like, so many times I'm watching television, I'm like, how many goddamn drug commercials are there?
By the way, I agree with him.
That's true. Alaminoto, in America, anytime I visit, that is the entire TV commercial set. If there's like, each one of them is a drug. One will make your dick hard. One will make your titties grow by 18 inches. The other will reverse your butt herpes. You know, there's infinite amounts of medical ads in the States, I've noticed. That sounds like a familiar saying. I can't remember where I've heard that, though.
We are being manipulated, but change a few words from that rant, and you could say the exact same thing about how gambling is pushed. Casinos are also manipulative. They don't advertise the actual reality where people lose. Instead, they say things like winning, cashing in, opportunity, and Joe Rogan's a part of that.
Every game is another chance to cash in. Don't just watch the action, win with it. Every snap is loaded with opportunity.
That is just as manipulative as pharma ads pushing pills that may end up addicting you.
I just
Both
thought of
cases,
it.
The collateral damage.
It sounds familiar. It sounds like a saying I've heard.
And I guess
if I think of it, I'll let you know.
People think, oh, one's worse than the other. Is there that much of a difference between a drug addict and a gambling addict? No, really, I'm asking.
It's like, if you see the drug addict, you see him, he's shooting up or whatever it is, and you see him fainting, you go, oh, that poor bastard. But when you see a guy who's fully in the grips of gambling, trying to figure out how to get his money back, and he's all jazzed up with adrenaline, he doesn't understand why.
It's just like cocaine. It's just like drug abuse. It's just like the opiate problem. It's just like anything else.
All addictions are the same
You and I both
in
know people
more
who
ways
have
than one.
lost their lives gambling. Okay, you've seen people in pool halls. You see how they get, Joe Rogan. There's no difference in the drug addict.
Drugs
and the
kill you
gambler.
biologically.
Not at all. No difference.
That's true.
So there is no
I think all addictions
then why do we
kill you biologically in one way or another.
Who push pills that ruin people's lives, but somehow nobody cares. We're doing a
Gambling kills you financially first. Same with shopping addiction.
At every level of society, we are shoving this down people's throats. And it's not that I mind if people gamble individually, but we are pushing it on people who otherwise would not have done it, because everything is gambling now, from sports to entertainment to investing. It is totally inescapable, and we're moving the casino from
But gambling
Vegas
is much more popular and
directly
easy
into
to
people's
do.
pockets,
Yeah,
connected to their
100%.
bank accounts. I don't know exactly how this is going to end, but it doesn't.
That's definitely one thing I've learned from this video, is that gambling is much more accessible and much more popular than I thought it was.
Take a genius to see where it's going to lead. Gambling is going to be a much larger problem for people, and especially young men. And the saddest part is there's no amount of data or facts that I can give you that's going to stop that. There's just too much money at stake.
Thanks, Ad. God damn it. We're just about to get at a good part. Please hold. Fuck, there's a second ad! Alright, we good. Fuck. There we go. Makes the game more fun, but I'm also aware of the risk it can pose. Though probably not very knowledgeable because I haven't had those exact same issues. Is that it?
Hey,
Oh, a little
come
more.
back to the bar and let me fix you a drink. The weather isn't changing anytime soon.
You know,
Shit, I got a nasty allergy in my arm and it's all red. What are you allergic to?
All it would take is basic advertising rules, or
I got the same shit if I touch grass.
Stop to half of this.
Unironically.
That's the thing. Money makes the world move, Coffee. And the people who write the rules like them just the way they are.
Do you really think it's worth all of this, though? Like, just for a little more money?
Hey, you said it yourself, didn't you? It's not just
I wonder
a
how
little
long
money.
it takes them to make a
It's
video
a
like this.
lot more
The
money.
production is so
People
insane.
would sell their soul for $100 million. Well, imagine what they do for billions.
You know, maybe it is time for that drink.
You're gonna tip this time, right?
That was a great video. That was very, very interesting. Again, it's crazy. I said I was going to stop saying it's crazy, but I got no other words, man. Like, you never expect it to go that deep. That jazz is fire. Oh, yeah. Coffee's is jazz. Yeah, it is fire. I actually got one more video here. How long is it? Oh, it's only... Okay, it's not bad. It's 20 minutes. Yeah, I really do wonder what the future is going to hold in terms of gambling, in terms of how this generation grows up, everything. It's going to be very different from everything we've seen before. Now, in quite the turn from the video we just watched, I have a video called I Found the Worst Rated Anime on the Internet, and it's by this guy that I enjoy the dude's content, or I've enjoyed some of his videos in the past, and this one just happened to pop into my recommended. I thought it would be so goofy and fun to just check it out. Give it a watch. Let me just make sure. Very similar topic. Yeah, you know, gambling and anime, they just go hand in hand. Yeah, next thing, you know, will be big in the gambling space is if people will be able to gamble on if their favorite anime girl will show her titties or not. That'll be the next big thing. Mark my words. All right. There's about to be a jump scare. Please hold. Are you ready? So I found the worst rated anime on the internet. I'm so curious. Reborn as a that time I was reborn as a casino. That would go so hard.
What is this?
I should get right on that. Okay. Let's check out this video. So this will be the last one for today. Because I gotta go die.
What is this?
Fucking nightmare fuel.
Poop! Dude! Stop! Please, no more, please, no more! The animation, oh my god, the animation. Wiz Khalifa!
This is some fucking fever dream shit.
It was a night like any.
You should watch Overflow. You don't think I've seen Overflow? Brother, I watched that shit with my friends and it was the biggest bonding experience of our entire lives. If you want to bond with your boys, watch some Overflow.
The other. The cold winter air caressed my neck as I hunched over my desk. To my surprise, a foul stench took up residence in my shabby masturbatory. I shit myself, I thought. Not again. But to my misfortune, it wasn't poop this time.
You read it?
It was the stench of discovery.
I didn't know
And
it was a
discovery
manga.
is exactly what I did, baby. With a lack of sleep and the impulse to reach the very end of my anime list to find the worst
Oh, there's a
anime
sex
ever made, no
mustache.
matter how long it took, I set sail. The views, the power, the women, I would have it all with a video like this. And after 1 minute and 30 seconds, the impossible happened. I got bored and gave up. Let's Google it.
What do I get an 8-year-old? Walmart has...
Fuck off, ads! It's 156 chapters? There is no way. Is it actually? Did you enjoy all 156 chapters? That's the real question. All right, we're back.
The impossible happened. I got bored and gave up. Let's Google it. Finally, we've arrived at our options. Here's how this video is going to work. You and I are going to skip through the first anime together.
All my friends are
We're
boring.
going
Gotta
to
wait
watch
for
pretty much a
Friends
whole
reset.
movie while I hold your hand and talk about it. And on the last anime, I'll summarize it and we'll have a fun time.
What would you rate it out of
Feel free to
10?
Use the timestamps if you get sick of hearing me talk about any one of these absolute titans. Mars of Destruction, Dark Cat, and Vampire Homes. Gentlemen, ladies.
I've heard
I'll
of
see you on the
Vampire
other
Homes
side.
before.
Mars of Destruction is somehow the lowest rated anime on this list. It's about a future version of Earth where aliens invade Japan. Only Japan. This sparked curiosity in me.
Why do you think I watched it 5 times? No, literally. Fair enough, man. Hey, if you love it, 9.5 out of 10. Wow. If Overflow's your type of beat, you ride it, man.
Why is it that in anime, aliens only seem to invade Japan? And the only reasonable deduction I could come to is that it's gotta be the K-pop. Aliens love K-pop. That's just some trivia. Let's talk about the show. I was obviously gonna watch the dub because usually the English version makes the show way worse, so while the intro was playing, I noticed something.
Oh.
What the fuck? The music will deadass change depending on if you're watching the dub or sub. Not only that, but other sound effects were clearly incorrect.
That's wild.
The subtitles were off.
I swear, I never touched the girl.
I realized that these aren't young, fresh, ambitious voice actors excited to do their job. These are a bunch of people that just don't give a fuck. This is a crew of broken men, too bothered to even give a fuck about whether they're fired or not, or go homeless. You can't just deliver a line like this and keep going.
I don't know if I can do it. Okay. All boarding the 7:25 train from Indianapolis
Travis, speak up.
To Seattle.
I guess 4 guys got bored.
Oh, that's kind of funny. The art gets a little worse on chapter 75 onwards, though, and the main character face art is really bad. I can't remember what the main character looks like. If I remember right, all the other characters in the show that aren't like main characters just get their face blurred out. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
One day and decided to dub the entire episode and make most of the sound.
Brown hair. You just described every main protagonist ever.
Effects themselves. It's really the only existing dub of the show I could find. So we have 2 options. We can either watch it how the Japanese intended, or watch it how 4 drunk white guys in an attic intended.
We're watching it how
Which
4
is
drunk
obvious.
white
The show
guys
kicks off with
intended
some
it.
girls fighting the dumbest looking aliens I've ever seen. They suck, by the way. I mean, look at this.
Oh.
That is until our lead protagonist arrives to save the day, Tommy, who promptly gets beat up and hospitalized. This is one of the lamest.
The art is so good, though. Hey, man, maybe I'll have to repay it a visit.
And most slow-paced fight scenes you and I are going to see for a long time. It's actually awkward how quiet and muffled everything
This
is
voice
as
acting
this
is
puppet
crazy.
monster goes to give Tommy a titty twister. While in the America version, you got Power Rangers music, you got monster noises, you got stuff like this.
Tommy!
I'm having a blast at this point, so I kept it pushing. After the
Oh, I
battle,
love that.
Tommy ends up hospitalized and having flashbacks of his past where they copy Evangelion, but in the fight, his girlfriend's brain has been damaged. It appears that to preserve her life, they have to replace her brain with that of a dolphin. My heart dropped at this point because I realized that I had almost no fucking clue what was actually going on and would have to switch to the normal version. Now that I understand what's going on, the story explains AST, Anti-Unidentified Ancient Special Team, Defenders of Earth, composed of the best martial artists, swordsmen, and gun people, and Tommy, who is just in high school. That's the thing that the narrator thinks of. That's the only
Nice.
thing they can say.
Love
He's not
Tommy.
really good at anything. They don't even know why he's on the team. This is boring. Let's see how the dub is doing.
AST is made up from people taken from various police.
This makes me want to watch Ghost Stories over again. The legendary English dub itself.
The gang is on their way to some research center to transport shards from the broken spaceship that popped in the beginning. But a car explodes! The ancients try to hijack this car, I guess, and this big guy shows up, so Tommy shows up, and then Tommy runs to get the bad guy, and the bad guy, well, I guess Tommy's out again. Things are looking grim. The monster is just standing there, and Tommy
about
has
to
to
say
save
that.
everyone to the brain.
Ghost Stories is on a whole other level of anime. I live for that show.
Brand new plasma rifle that can only fire one shot. Luckily, the monster doesn't really seem to be putting anyone in danger, it just really likes choking people. Wham! Tommy aces the monster in one shot and the day is saved. But then it's revealed that the ancients are actually Martians. But then it's also revealed that the Martians are the true Earthlings all along. All in a triumphant twist to really confuse. Wait, that's the end? There's no other episodes. It just ends there. One episode was enough. The show is extremely awkward. There's
Wait, that was it? One episode? Really?
No sense of realism in any of the scenes, and there's an immense amount of silence, just drowning out any sort of cinematic impression that the show could have been trying to leave on you. Not only that, but the dialogue
Bro, I'm gonna watch Mars of Destruction and I'm gonna make an entire Tibor video on it.
is like reading the back of a pill bottle. Just shut up. Which is what made switching to the dub so entertaining. Literally any time the Japanese version started boring me, I could just immediately switch to the dub and have fun. I loved watching this. Weirdly, it also magnified how absurd a lot of normal anime scenes are too.
This masterpiece doesn't need more episodes.
The
You're
way
goddamn
they highlight
right.
grunts and intentionally
Mars of
make
Destruction
pauses
is
and
a
sentences
one
awkward
piece
translates to
wonder.
other shows. Like, yeah, realistically, the constant...
No explanation needed.
I'm pretty dumb. Rating my overall enjoyment, I give this a 7 out of 10. Would sort of recommend. The original Japanese version would be like torture. The story is beyond boring. It's not even really funny, ironically, like other shows on this list. But if you can switch back and forth like myself, or just watch the fan dub, which is 100% on YouTube, go for it. It's only 20 minutes long.
There's a fan dub on YouTube? I'll think about that. I'll think about it. Woo!
The city is in great peril. Girls around the country have been disappearing, but that's not important. Look at this stupid idiot.
You'll have to forgive me.
For what?
I can't.
Doki Doki Literature Club. Sorry to pause right there. I remember that game. I've never played it, actually. My buddy was into it for a while, though.
It's not important. Look at this.
He'd always play it when he was high.
You'll have to forgive me.
For what?
I can't offer you anything to
You
drink.
bitch!
I can't get
You
out
used
of
this
bed.
Oh, that's all right. Early on, I began to take note of how bad the voice acting is. There's not really a lot of emotion in these lines, just words.
You should get some sleep.
Okay, why are we paused for so long?
No!
Ugh. Here, I gotta get a Kleenex. My fucking sickness is destroying my nose right now. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Oh, my legs. Don't call the SWAT team or anything on me. Oh, man. Sorry about that. I had to run and get my Kleenex. Ugh. Oh, wow. Perfect timing. Hello, Axract. Hope I didn't fucking annihilate and butcher that name. How's it going? I went on YouTube and saw a video on YouTube, the worst type of humor, and it described word for word my type of humor. That is tragic. I'm sorry to hear that. Wait, that means your sense of humor though is my videos. So does that mean I'm the worst type of humor? Oh, fuck. The biggest Uno reverse card. You actually didn't. Oh, let's go. People usually call me Extract instead of Exract. Hey, +1s for being literate today. That's huge. Let's go. If you're just joining the stream, we're watching a video called I Found the Worst Rated Anime on the Internet. It's pretty goddamn goofy so far. We got about 13 minutes left. Maybe a little more. Thanks for joining. Happy to have you here.
Can't fall asleep, I'll die.
What are you talking about?
That is
You
the most
died a long time
relatable
ago.
response.
What?
The girl is a
What is it? Oh, we go through a bunch. We got a couple here. We already went through one called Mars of Destruction, and it had like super serious Japanese version and then super goofy English dub version that was made by like a bunch of college students. It's kind of like Ghost Stories if you've ever heard of it, but like a shittier version.
ghost or something and tries to kill the edgy guy, but the edgy guy is like, trust me, it'll be cool. And then she's like, well, I guess he told me it'll be cool, and decides not to shred him like confetti. This is one of our male leads, Hyoi. This is Ayumi. She is asthmatic, a bit of a simp.
Mars of Destruction was really good in my opinion.
49-year-old woman.
You know, sorry to pause on the sick dub. I was considering watching it. Heard it's only one episode, so that's not that bad of a time commitment. Been looking to get into anime again. Mars of Destruction might be my path to getting back into anime.
Asthmatic, a bit of a simp, and clearly voiced by at least a 49-year-old woman.
Hey, you know, you sound like my mom.
Your mom's dead, you're old.
Ayumi is special because the story told us she's special, and her cat is actually this guy's...
Look at the hair on that
Ayumi is
cat!
special because the story told us she's special, and her...
Guy's got a fucking toupee. That's crazy.
The cat is actually this guy's brother because this guy can turn into a cat sometimes to fight evil, and so can his brother. How do they fight evil?
It's
well,
like a
funny
film.
enough, this is
You're
actually where the
goddamn
story
right.
gets sort of creative. Instead of having a generic superpower like flight or super strength, they go meow and turn into cats. This is fucking retarded. Anyway,
No, this isn't. It's not R-worded. It's great. That's fucking sick, man.
It's Hyoi, and she's all like,
Cat got better hair than you? Fuck yeah, he does.
I'm Hoi Kagase.
wow. That was not the voice I was expecting. Even after watching the movie, I don't really know why he randomly chose to introduce himself.
Sorry, I just wanted to look at this guy. Look how dreamy he is. That's beautiful. Not gonna lie, I don't know if it's on it, but in my opinion, the worst anime is X-Arm. I've never heard or seen of X-Arm. I did a video on... Well, actually, okay. My least favorite anime of all time is Rent-a-Girlfriend, hands down. I have tortured myself watching all 3 seasons because I'm a certified hate watcher, and also makes good Tibor content. He looks like a memory. He kind of does look like he kind of weirdly reminds me of... Fuck, I can't remember his name. The Cowboy Bebop main protagonist. I can't remember it. Fuck! Rent-a-Girlfriend is peak. I won't even fight you on that. I put up the good fight for too long. I can't. I can't do it.
or why his brother was watching the whole thing and was like, here we go again. What do you mean?
I liked
here we go
Cowboy
again?
Bebop
Is there
too.
a
It was really
recurring
good.
problem with him introducing himself to minors? Oh. 2 more characters we need to introduce before we get to the fun part. Here's Hiroki.
God,
the
that guy
most
is perfect
pathetic,
dick sucking.
depressed, and realistic character I've ever seen in my life.
I'm never gonna have a real girlfriend. I'm gonna be by myself forever.
I guess his whole thing is that he's been transmuted into a Reddit mod after some trauma, so now at least 90% of his dialogue is him saying relatable shit all the time. Ayumi saves Hyoi from getting bullied by Sylvester Stallone, and he lies there all depressed until she checks on him.
Let's split before they both get their periods. What a pussy.
Why is he Italian?
See, let's get out of here.
Then he says, piss off. So she goes home all sad and announces her feelings out loud. This is where it gets good. The next day at school, Ayumi is doing chores and she knocks down the trash she was carrying. Some teacher notices and man, their interaction is so weird, I'm just gonna play it.
Oh, look at what you've done. You've made such a mess.
It's
yes,
leaves.
ma'am. I'll clean it up.
Where are you going?
To get the broom.
Do it with your hands.
What did you say?
Make out!
Get
Oh my
down
god.
on your
What
knees.
am I watching?
Up with your hands.
This isn't anime,
Do
this
it.
is smut.
Yuck.
I need exactly 3 paper towels, 1/2 pump of lotion in 2 minutes.
Well, that was wild. Hold on. Add, just in case it doxes me. You need to see a Crunchyroll video on Rent a Girlfriend. I think the name was like the main character name. I don't know. Gets rejected for the 13th time or something like that. Oh, like a Crunchyroll clip ad or video. I've seen many Rent a Girlfriend videos. In my time, I made the videos on them. I've lost many brain cells over the years.
Paper towels, 1/2
Back to
pump
this
of lotion in 2
artwork.
minutes.
What do you think you're doing?
Meet Rui, part-time alpha male.
Tibor, why don't you have ad blocker? It's because I'm in incognito mode. Because I don't want to dox myself. You can't really win with trying to not dox yourself. It's a win-lose battle.
Full-time cat. So she goes to meet the teacher just like she said, and that smut joke very quickly became not a joke. They start playing jazz. She leans over this little dude saying, hey, come on. Like the dude in the beginning, it's all bad. And right as they lean over
Bro,
for
this
a kiss,
became an
bam,
ecchi
a
so
wiener's crawling
fast.
out of her mouth. Surprise! Big Brother breaks in and explains that every human has a little bit of evil inside of them that can be used to distort the soul or whatever, and begins to suspect
So
that
she's dead? Is that bitch dead now? What the fuck? Look. Imagine getting run up on by your teacher. And you know what? I'm not even gonna go there.
distort the soul or whatever, and begins to suspect that someone is behind this. And someone is behind this. It's
Who is it?
Green Booger Man! This guy is the negative feelings of humans to turn everyone into demons. He's also the one who trained the Dark Cat Brothers, who later decide to fight against evil. And the fight that comes right after finding that out is where you realize exactly how stupid the transformations are and how awkward and ear-grating the voice acting is. But then one of the cats pulls out a sword.
That
and
sounded
Booger Man is
sick.
all
What
like,
do you mean?
and literally runs away seconds after. The little one's like, fuck, dude, what are we gonna do? And the big one's all like, want a macrodose on DMT in the woods.
Bars. Is that the show?
While they're bugging out,
Oh,
Ayumi
no?
goes to check on Hiroki and basically throws herself at him. Unfortunately, Hiroki started moderating the r/atheism subreddit and hates God, life, and women now.
So depressing. Don't
touch it.
He tells her about when he got the worst friend zoning of all time, and now his entire school life is in shambles. He literally stopped sleeping, stopped showing up to school. It's actually...
Guys, be honest. Have you ever been friend zoned before? I've been friend zoned many a times in my day.
pretty messed up. On the other hand, we find out that Ayumi
shit.
is secretly in love with Hiroki as she starts lovingly reminiscing.
Fucking why? What? I'm not even gonna rewind to look at that, but what the fuck, man? Japan, you need help.
Childhood photos. I mean, crying. She's now crying. Ayumi is very sad that Hiroki
Fuck.
is sad about another woman. That's very important. Remember that. Meanwhile,
I've been friend zoned by my girlfriend before. Put her there, brother. Put her there. No, because I hate everyone equally. Touche, man. Like 2 years in our relationship. Hey, you get it.
The Booger Man decides to wreak havoc on the city and turn everyone into monsters. This is bad because the big one is still tripping out, talking to trees and finding himself. And probably shitting all over himself. He's part cat and that looks like a phenomenal trip.
He must be naked under that. Those pants look drawn on by the YouTuber here. Now I'm curious.
Not to shit yourself on. This means the little brother has to fight the tentacle demons all by himself. He gets his ass kicked until the magic conch shell starts saying, "Use the sword, use the sword."
The sword, use the sword.
Then this whole demon issue isn't really a big deal. I mean, he just cuts the
I get no bitches. You'll get your... You'll get women one day. Or men if you're into that. Or dogs. You never know. I'm happily divorced now. I drink beer all day and living the American dream. I have a McDonald's around the corner. Hey. Proud of you. Glad you're enjoying life, man.
Got real good once and he's out. So fast forward to the next day. Hyoi randomly asks Ayumi's best friend if he can walk her home. On the way, she says this.
Well, there's sure been a lot of strange things happening lately. I'm not saying that's her fault. But if Aime's feelings are attracting some evil presence, I wonder if someone's stalking her.
Huh? How the fuck does she
This
know
voice
any of
acting
that?
is
There's not
nuts.
been a single scene where this chick sees any monsters or weird behavior, and she's talking about some stalker? What? Completely random, and turns out she's right. Ayumi's been attracting monsters like a magnet because of her excess of negative feelings. I mean,
straight.
objectively, Hiroki is the most tortured character in the show and definitely has
Godspeed.
more negative feelings than her, but anyway. Hyoi rushes over to the school where the Booger monster has turned almost everyone into
I
monsters.
wish.
Dark Cats unite!
Well,
We are on
did he really just say that?
Dark Cats unite!
Ayumi and Hiroki use this chance to slip out and escape to another classroom because they can't leave the school.
This anime must go so hard with the furries. Becoming cats and shit. It's like a dedicated... What do you even call it? It's like a cult, right? I'm sure the furries love it. Dark Cats Unite. That sounds like a...
Thought that far. Hiroki decides
it's not
that in
worth
the
it.
middle of this life-threatening situation to be all like, "Oh, I wonder if Hiromi's farted today." Oh, my neck! The girl just starts freaking out because she's triggered by jealousy, and the Booger Man appears to just start talking shit for no reason.
She's such a sweet girl. Watch this.
This can't be.
He turns her into a monster and basically says that since Hiroki ignored Ayumi so hard for that other girl, her feelings of hatred became strong enough for him to manipulate her evil energy, blah blah blah. Basically, she becomes a beacon of evil, and it's impossible to save her now. So the two brothers have to decide on whether to purify her using magic and save her soul.
What about
or
white and
pure
yellow
kung
cats?
fu,
Is this
baby.
anime racist? That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what? Let's send a strongly worded letter to Japan. Hey man, your anime's fucked up. I'm not a furry. This is actually for the meme. Are you sure about that?
Save her.
It's actually pretty sad how weak these guys seem. Even I wanted to pitch in after hearing how they fight. At some point, Jukabu says, "Stop!" So they both actually stop. Hyoi finally asks the question, "Why are you doing this?" And his response is,
Every human being has both good and evil in their spirit, and as
Oh, there. He 100% forgot his line for a moment and tried to roll with it.
they take the fight outside.
Wait, I missed it. Run it back. I love furries. Me too, man. Me too. They make the best. They're good people. I actually want to go to... This is so stupid. People have done it before, but I want to go to a furry con just to see what it's like. Not a furry. Don't clip that like I am, or I will find you and fight you. But I feel like it would be a fun experience.
Oh, there. He 100% forgot his line for a moment and tried to roll with it.
Fuck, I skipped it again. I'm sorry.
responses.
Every human being has both good and evil in their spirit, and as
Oh,
long
there. He 100% forgot his
Not
line for
wrong.
a moment and tried to roll with it.
They take
There's
the
a
fight
hole, there is a
outside
goal.
and
Brother, you
Jugamongo
cannot
gets
drop
serious.
that line.
I want you to close your eyes and imagine the literal embodiment of evil. What would the
Clipped.
physical
I'm
manifestation
gonna come to
of
Brazil, man.
negativity and hatred look
1v1 me.
Oh. While that's still going on, Hiroki stares a little too deeply into the tentacles and falls in love. Seriously?
As you do. Every Japanese man, I think, can agree, has fallen in love with tentacles in their life at one point or another. It's only natural after post-Hiroshima Japan.
Each other. I'm sorry that I let you down. But now we will finally be together. For eternity.
Sick, man. Fucking ads. I'm gonna throw fucking hands. I don't get the tentacles thing. Well, clearly you must not be a real Japanese man. There we go.
Even so, she's like, how can you love someone else? And he's like, true. And she's like, well, okay, I didn't really need much convincing anyway. I just wanted to hear you say it. And are raptured right after. So they're dead. Let's check on the Biggs the cat fight.
R.I.P.
Oh, he got cut once.
Big
so
up
he's
dudes
dead.
that died to the slime.
And the story ends. There's a lot to decompress here, so I'll do my best to quickly and accurately relay my thoughts so we can get to the last show. The voice acting is some of the worst. There are constant moments where I'm like, wait, what did you say?
Let's get out of here.
There's moments where I'm deeply disturbed, and I have real specific gripes with certain characters. Hiroki is clearly just voiced by some man.
Hey, man. I'm not some trick pony that you see at the sideshow at the seashore. Cut me some slack, Pops, and let me go home.
The fuck are you talking about?
I think he's some PA's cousin.
I would
or maybe
love
a
to be a voice actor for some stupid thing. Some stupid project. Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. Just pour your absolute heart and soul into like a shitty mobile game. But I'm so kawaii. Yes,
got
you
roped
are.
into doing the role. On the flip side, this anime is clearly from a different time, so they swore much more frequently and were kind of savage with how the characters talk.
I'd like to see you after school for a little while today. 3:30, room 2B.
Oh man, what a bitch.
Bars. What a bitch.
Oh my god.
I enjoy that quite a bit, so that's going to bring the score up a tad. The art is not the worst, but deeply disturbing nonetheless. A lot of the imagery is really gross, and the fights look awkward. There's definitely more for me to dislike than there is for me to enjoy. And finally, the story. You just watched it, I don't really have much to say. The only thing I wasn't able to touch on was just how corny the whole thing is. Like, the characters just go on these corny ass rants and do stuff like that Dark Cats Unite nonsense. Overall, I rate my enjoyment of this one a 7.
I
It was
can't
fun
even
and
tell
had me
if that's
cracking
part
up,
of the
but
show
I
or
pretty
just
much
added
showed
that
you
in
all the funny
post.
parts and wouldn't recommend watching it yourself.
Alright, this is the last one. This is the one I've heard of. Dark Cats Unite! Yeah! That was the cringiest thing I've ever done. I'm so sorry you had to hear that. Okay, run it back.
謎を解かない、推理をしない、名探偵ホームズの話。
What the fuck?
I've seen this somewhere. Where have I
Sherlock
seen
Holmes.
this?
Quirky, yet competent detective who's
Clip?
not afraid
No.
to get his hands dirty
Delete
to
it.
solve a case.
Delete it
Sherlock
right
Holmes
now.
Doesn't give a fuck about everlasting love or little idle songs. He cares about chewing on banana peels or whatever British people like to do. That's a joke. That's a joke. But as you can see, very early on in the opening, you get the eerie sense that something isn't right.
Duplicated it. No! Don't post it, or else.
Sense that something isn't right.
What? Yeah, she's getting treated like Jesus. Yo, load.
It's kind of trippy.
Vampire Holmes is about, you guessed it, Sherlock Holmes, but vampire. However, in this anime, he sits
Very
on his
cool.
couch all day and reads about cows while Hudson tries to get him to solve mysteries. The show's a little bit different from the others in that it's seemingly self-aware and doesn't take itself too seriously. It's even genuinely funny at times, but don't let that fool you. There's a reason for this rating. The animation actively challenges your idea of bad art. It looks like shit. There's not a single frame that I can pause on and
What do you
justify
mean? That
to a
looks
stranger. I
great
would
to
just be
me,
like,
man.
Are you winning, son?
It's Fat Bitches Mud Wrestling, I swear.
You can tell the artist really didn't want any part in making new backgrounds because almost the entire
Okay, yeah, that frame, yeah. I was gonna say it doesn't look that bad, man. Like, I'm sure it's dated in how it's like made, but it doesn't look that bad. But this one, okay, I might be able to do better than this
anime
one.
takes place in this sad little room. And the characters, there's always something wrong with the characters.
これどうですか？マリベルト失踪事件。
Why does he
Why
look
is
like
his
Hudson
nose
just
so
said
big?
something deeply disrespectful? Oh.
Did this show draw characters? Yes. Did they make them move? No. The story really isn't doing the show any favors either. Episode 1. Hudson harasses and pressures Sherlock into solving a crime. Sherlock picks finding a lost this thing, briefly. Episode 2. Gay tensions rise as Sherlock finds another case to solve. Just kidding, he's laying on the floor. Episode 3. Sherlock eats cake while talking about how he doesn't have friends. At this point, even I was getting angry that Sherlock was such a lazy piece of shit. Why won't you work, Sherlock? Whoa, oh my god, that's really cool. Then
Part of me wants to try that in real life right now. But I know I will die and get like 8 concussions.
on our 4th episode,
What the? Exactly.
Sherlock sells Hudson's ass for a year worth of rent. And it sounds like I'm picking random details out to make the show look odd. No. The main arc of episode 4 is about Sherlock pawning Hudson's B card for a roof over his head. Every episode is set around some mundane activity. It really is the Cowboy Bebop of the 2010s. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where this whole vampire thing comes into play. I think the creators of the show would also like to know. Throughout the entire 12 episodes,
That fucking reminds me, for some reason, of Seraph of the End. Is that what it's called? That fucking vampire show? Yeah, that vampire show where it's like vampires fighting humans, but it's... The art looks great. The OST is great. But the story is so rough, where like the vampires start fighting the humans in helicopters and shit. Tibor, I realized I said this already, but I'm gonna say it again to remind you, you still sound like Penguin Z0. Do I really? He's like on the opposite side of the planet from me. I'll take it though. I enjoy that dude's content casually. So thank you for the compliment.
episodes, that whole thing isn't mentioned once. However, in the last 2 episodes we get kinda close. There's werewolves.
Woo! I love Twilight.
Dumbass, that says werewolves. Apparently there's some werewolves going around and Sherlock decides to go out on a long walk without inviting Hudson. The next morning, Hudson reads the daily paper.
What's up, my guy? What are we watching? Hey, Jenny, we're watching, I found the worst rated anime on the internet. It's Bars right now. We're watching some good shit. It's probably the mic, I can't lie. Oh, you know what? It might be. My mic is so goddamn old and ancient, it wouldn't surprise me. He probably has the same one.
No. Sherlock has been working on this case the whole time. His Zanny box, the room drawing, everything.
The holidays at
Fuck, I might just get ad blocker for incognito. Or I might just risk the doxing. Because the ads are so fucking annoying. And I made like the effort to go through the video before I like started the stream. Son of a bitch. Alright, ads are done. Let's ride.
And a dog bit his head, so I guess that means he didn't solve the case. The end. The characters are really strange. I had this strong compulsion to murder Hudson despite him doing nothing wrong.
Sometimes you just want to murder a ginger. There's nothing wrong with that.
I also liked and disliked Sherlock. He's really funny at times, but super annoying on other points. Then there's the satanic cat that Sherlock makes friends with, but whew, that's for another episode. Overall, I give the characters a C. I know we already talked about the art, but maybe we misjudged some things.
No, he hasn't.
I didn't misjudge
What anime
anything.
is this? This is Vampire Holmes. It's Sherlock Holmes, but with vampires.
As for the story, when they actually tried to get serious both times,
Hey,
I couldn't help
Luxus,
laughing.
welcome to the
It's
stream.
impossible to take this show seriously, and for that, I'm gonna have to give this show some points. It's so stupid and so ugly that when the story actually tells a banger of a joke, it magnifies the hell out of it. It's like when a fat guy does a cartwheel, like, holy shit, did that fat guy just do a cartwheel? It's kind of normal for skinny people, but when the fat guy...
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think...
Funny. Overall, I rate my enjoyment of the show a solid 8.
I don't think the anime looks that bad. I mean, sure, there are some shots where it looks like a child drew it, but like,
By
for the
far
most
my
part,
favorite
it's not the worst show I've ever seen.
show on this list.
There's definitely uglier. I didn't see the stream. My new phone doesn't tell me notifications.
Recommended to you guys.
No
but
worries,
like
man.
Mars of Destruction,
Happy you
it's
could
really
join
short, so
anyway.
you can squeeze in a few laughs if you're curious.
What? I can't fucking hear you. I need to be what?
Oh, is there one more? Oh, there's one more show, boys. I thought that was the last one. Yeah, Jenny, I got you. All right, let's ride. Last show.
The dementia section. I don't know what it is, I just know that I don't like it. At the start of this video, I was on the prowl, looking for some real nasty garbage, and I found it. Most of the truly bad shows on my anime list are in this dementia section. Shitcom. I was so excited to talk about this one because of the
Shitcom,
name.
eh?
Sitcom. Poop. Get it? Well, that went out the window. This one made me so mad, and there's more, which taught me a valuable lesson. Not all bad anime is good anime. Here and here are where you want to be. As long as you're at least okay and above, great job. And if you pass a certain...
That's true. Most anime I find these days, at least the shit that I've watched, is somewhere like right in here. Maybe in there if I'm lucky. It's been a long time since I've seen a good show. Is that the video or just the stream doing the quality jumps? It could be the stream. My internet fluctuates sometimes. But I'm not sure.
threshold of bad, you start to get irony and you can laugh at how dumb it is, like a blind dog. But once you're below average and not bad enough to laugh at, that's a danger zone. It's common knowledge that these are the 3 states of anime. Unfortunately, I discovered the existence of a 4th zone.
Everyone knows.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tier. No, but sometimes a show is just so trash that you can't even absorb a smidge of
Give us your top 3 anime. Overflow, Boku no Pico, High School DxD. If you haven't seen any of those shows, you're missing out on a world of adventure. The X-Ract is fucking shocked right now. They certainly just flipped their table. Oh, shit. Deadass top 3 anime? Fuck, I'd have to think about that philosophical question for like an entire night. I don't know. I'm into the cringe shit, man. I'm getting constant quality stops and stuff. Maybe it's your internet, because I think the stream's okay on our end. I mean, my internet looks alright, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Off the dome right now? Fuck, man. Putting me on the spot? Okay. Let's be a beta. Say Love is War. Excuse me. That's number 1. Fuck, that's all I got. I can't. It's been so long since I've been in the anime game. You're catching me at a bad time. You know what? I'll come back to you on that. Stream is fine on my end? Okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
To a lot of that. So there's a few shows I finished and didn't bother mentioning because it's boring. And so we all learned a valuable lesson at the end of the day, which we'll pick up another time if you guys enjoy this type of video. I actually saved the worst rated anime for another time. So if you want to see more stuff like this and the Demon King Academy,
no way.
Be sure to let me know.
Wait, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. Okay, wait. Let me see if he's made a video on this one. I saw that Demon King video. And the anime was just so goddamn goofy. Oh my god, he made a video on it. Okay, guys, I said that was going to be the last video, but this one's going to be the last video. I think this is
Welcome to the...
Okay, shut up, ad. Now I want to see. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Let's watch it, boys. This is the last video. For realsies this time. Oh, how could I forget Chainsaw Man? Chainsaw Man is great. That's the most recent favorite show, I think, of mine. I haven't seen Cyberpunk Edgerunners, though. I've heard that's great. I'm sorry I can't participate in this stream with issues. It's all good, man. I appreciate you stopping by anyway. Hopefully the internet issue solves for you. Alright. This is the anime I've seen. Let's take a look-see. Watch Edgerunners, man. Is it long? How many episodes we talking?
Ah. Yoshi. お前の名前は
This anime is so stupid.
Let's think about what makes an anime good. Originality, a tight-knit story, animation, relatable
10-24 minute
characters.
episodes? Oh,
These
it's not
elements
bad.
work and feed
I'll
off
take a
of
look
each
at
other
it.
to make a good anime. Wrong. A good anime is something that you can connect and identify with. You can look at a show that's objectively
Bars.
good and think, yeah, well, it's not as complex and airtight as that one. My favorite anime is meaningful to me, it's funny to me, etc. And that makes it good. Wrong. That is actually stupid. I regret writing that part, and to keep it real, it's honestly sad you thought I was going in that direction. I mean, there's shitty anime everywhere. Just look. Look. See? It's everywhere.
What shows did he... What in tarnation? I wanted to see what shows you threw down there.
Me everywhere. Just look. Look.
I've only seen this one. Okay, never mind. Let's continue.
See, it's everywhere. What is after school bitchcraft? You had me at bitchcraft. Anyway, back on topic. Just because an anime is conventionally pretty bad doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. So I was thinking you and I would watch my favorite bad anime this season together and talk a little bit. The
Let's
mystery
do
of
it.
Demon King Academy takes place in a new, innovative world with magic, nobles that hate people that aren't nobles, demon kings and Gyasas. 2,000 years ago, the demons and humans had a big war that lasted a while. In order to stop the fighting, the Demon King sacrificed himself in order to erect great walls.
You're probably the first person to ever say that. Hey, Squirrelli, welcome. We're watching the best bad anime this season. I've watched this show, and it is goddamn beautiful. Wait, I watched this as well. Are you sure it's not one of the other 14 million Demon King animes out there?
To segregate the races to stop them from mixing and fighting. I happen to know a very great, powerful, handsome man with a very similar objective. 2,000 years later, the 2,000 years later, the Demon King Anos
Oh, then we're in this together,
has
man.
reincarnated using his magic and learns how the history of the new world has
This shit is
changed in his
peak.
absence. He sets out to attend an academy which aims to instate a new Demon King by picking out the most capable student in the academy. Now, the first thing you may notice about this anime that may escape the mind of the intended audience is that 2,000 years is a long f***ing time. Let me paint you some contrast. This is what houses looked like back in Jesus' time. This is what Saudi Arabia looks like now.
Not that long.
And if you remember back in the Shakespeare days, they didn't even speak the same. They used a far more fruity version of English. They wore diapers at the time. But the point I'm making is things like architecture and language changed dramatically. After 2,000 years, the one difference Anos notes is, wow, you guys don't use the 5-second rule anymore, huh? They still live in castles, the most advanced technology they have is streetlights, the magic hasn't changed, and the main character understands everyone perfectly. The fuck was anyone doing for the last 2,000 years? I just thought right off the bat that kind of sets the tone for the type of story we're going to be watching.
The type of cinematic masterpiece you're going to be watching.
But
Correction.
the big thing I want to talk to you guys about is the characters, and to do that, I'd like to watch the show a little bit with you. The first episode starts off with our main character, Anos, meeting a potential love interest, Misha Necron.
I'm just gonna say it flat out. I hate short bitches. I mean, short hair bitches in anime. I have never seen one that is like a tolerable character. And I don't know what Japan has against short-haired people. I mean, girls.
By picking up a letter she dropped.
Misha's
Everything's
fine
going
as
cool
fuck.
until the only brown guy in
Bro,
the
you
show
cannot
finds
say
to
that.
kill
She's
to for no
probably,
reason.
like, 12.
Anos, of course, mentally tortures him in front of everyone by making him think he's on fire. That's not too important. Now, to get into the school, they have to beat a randomly assigned student in a fight. This randomly assigned student just so happens to be the brown guy we saw earlier. What happens next? Well, you can watch for yourself.
Chat, I'm a minor. Oh, then you're good then. You're chilling.
After snapping him to death, Anos uses resurrection magic to bring the kid back to life over and over until he submits. Pretty metal. He tortures the dude in a stadium full of hundreds of people. That's kind of tight in my book. I'm down. But I'm not so down for this next scene.
何をしている?
待ってた。
俺を?
後でって言ったから。
そうか。
Let's decompress that real quick. You've seen this guy a total of 3 times. Once in front of the school where he mindfucks some noble. Once in the testing grounds where he murders and revives the same dude over and over. And one more time right before a test where you exchanged a total of 35 words, I counted. Because he said, "See you later." And she never does this weirdo shit again, so it's not a character trait. It's so odd. It gets weirder when he...
That's short-haired anime girls for you, man. They're just odd. They never win. Never good.
Takes her to meet his parents.
ミーシャネコロンだ。今日学院で知り合った。
よろしく。まだ1ヶ月なのに。まだ1ヶ月なのに。もうやめてよ。連れてきちゃった。ちょっと聞きたいんだけどね。ミーシャちゃんはこの子のどこが好きなのかな。
Oh, that is just a weird situation. How is she even supposed to answer that?
優しいところ。
Oh no, we're not talking about the same guy.
手紙を拾ってくれた。そう。そうなのよ。
So like this is like the best way I could describe watching this show is if you are listening to something in the background, you hear a phrase or something like a scene going down, you're like, okay, you register that, and then you go back to zoning out, and then 20 minutes later you hear a different phrase and hear about that thing going on, and piece those two things that you heard and they have no correlation with each other. That's this entire show. The girl in Edgerunners is also short-haired, but is she cool though?
First move?
That might be the first cool anime man I've ever seen.
What is this conversation? The characters in this show do not feel like people. They feel like sock puppets being controlled by Oblivion NPCs coated by little mice wearing hats. There's no human response to any stimuli on screen, and one byproduct of that is weird dialogue that would never occur in real life. I've had conversations at Walmart.
But anime's so realistic. All anime dialogue occurs in real life. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? Anime's so realistic. Have you seen Overflow? That's about as realistic as it gets. Next anime review video. This is a good contender. I want to do another anime review video. I'll have to look into them.
That make more sense than
this is a good contender, though.
Believe it or not, I do enjoy the show. I get excited to watch the newest episodes, and the secret lies in this little character arc we're about to watch. Meet Sasha Necron, the sister of Misha Necron. Based off her looks, take a guess to what type of personality she has.
Put in the dough.
What the fuck? What kind of ad is this? Is it because it's the video's about anime? You call me a fucking child, YouTube? Bastard. What other anime would you review? I would review any kind of anime, I think. I'm trying to think what I wouldn't review. Probably the ass cheeks ones. Actually, no, the ass cheek ones hit different. Sometimes they're good. Where's my... There it is. Alright.
Take a guess to what type of personality she has. Yeah, she's one of those. Sasha very passionately hates her sister. In fact, she's actively ostracized her since childhood. Anyway, shortly after meeting,
racism,
Sasha
but for
challenges
little
Anos to a magic
sisters.
contest.
Kinda wild,
The
actually.
first guy in history to use resurrection magic and later cripple someone with his heartbeat. If Anos wins, Sasha will join his team. If he loses, he will be her slave forever. Yeah, that sounds right. Let's see how it goes.
I forgot about this scene. Bro, the amount of graphics cards that Japan's anime industry burned for just this one scene. The CGI used. Incredible.
Can you imagine getting washed by a dude who wears fingerless gloves. That's tough. But yeah, since she's now essentially his
Oh,
slave,
shit, that scene
Anos
kills
takes the
me every
girls on a
time.
date to his parents' house, where they are still on some weirdo shit.
Tibor, oh, hold on. Tibor, not gonna lie, you should pump out vids 6 to 7 times a week like Charlie and just yap about anything and everything you possibly can. Funny you say that. I was literally considering that today. I've been bouncing back and forth with what I should do upload-wise. Sometimes I think I should put all effort into one video a week. And then other times I'm like, ah, fuck it, I just want to have fun. And then I upload like 7 a week. I'm debating where to put these stream highlights that I've been stocking up on. I might post them the main. We'll see. I gotta think about it deeply and philosophically for like, I don't know, an hour. I've been thinking about that though.
And now Misha is best friends with her abusive sister because they're on the same team. Oh yeah, and Sasha kisses Anos because they're on the same team now. Then it's revealed that Misha was the only person who was there for Sasha when they were kids, meaning that she had no reason to blame Misha in the first place. But it's 100% cool. They're past that. Cool. Stay with me. I swear to God, it gets good in a second. Turns out it's Sasha's and Misha's birthday tomorrow, the same day the gang is sent to...
I want to watch Tibor on Pornhub. That's our next expansion, boys. We're going to the hub. Get yourselves ready. Get your Vaseline there. We're going in deep. No regrets.
Raid a dungeon, which happens
Sorry, I just wanted to make eye
Anos' house from
contact while we
2000
said
years
that.
ago. So Anos is like, hey, why don't you just give Sasha some of my old shit as a present? She grabs the magic robe from Anos' closet, and this happens.
Sasha, あげる。
No, she stole that.
誕生日だから。
No.
私、何にも用意してないわ。私はいらない。
This sister arc is so confusing, by the way.
Sasha's all excited to try on the present that Misha put absolutely no forethought or work into getting while Anos waits. Let's watch and see how this plays out.
あら、もう出てきちゃったの?
Ah, her big ass titty has been stabbed.
大した女優だな、サー
I
シャ。
just had deja vu. That was weird.
裏切るにしてはどうも手ぬるい。やるならミーシャは殺し、細切れにして。
I hate sister animes in every way possible.
Nobody, no, she wouldn't. No.
Me too. Depends on the show, but most times I find myself hating most sister animes. Except Date Alive. Date Alive is the goofiest shit I've ever seen. Jenny knows what I'm talking about.
にして、一つずつ岩の中に封印。
What? Nobody, no, she wouldn't. Nobody would. Who told you that's what people do? She reveals that this betrayal was to take first place in the dungeon exam. But it's a team assignment. They all get the same grade. And we find out later that Misha is going to disappear at midnight anyway, so you would gain literally nothing in this scenario. In fact, you only lose the favor of a literal god. Anoso plays her, so she runs away while he and Misha talk about how on her 15th birthday at midnight she will... Wait, she's 14? No, shut up for a second. She's 14?
How?
Wait, but the big. Oh!
Is that the one with the guy
disappears
with
on
like
her
30
15th
girlfriends by
birthday
season?
because
That is
she
the
and
one.
Sasha are
That
actually
is
the
the
same
one.
person. And when they both turn 15, Misha will fuse into Sasha, leaving
Good ass
only
harem
Sasha
animes.
left. And for the final showdown, Anos catches up to Sasha, who then challenges him to another duel like he didn't lift her castle and throw it with her dumbass in it earlier. All Anos has to do is
the
maintain her
CGI,
magic
it's
circle
so
to win the
good.
challenge. And while doing so, she starts having these emotional flashbacks of her and her sister, which begs the question, if she did so much for you, why did you stab her in the chest? Her motives make absolutely zero Her motives make absolutely zero sense. There's even a stupid little montage of her rocking her giant head around researching a cure for her sister.
Guy's
Wait,
got
why would
too
she
many
be
hoes.
looking for a cure for her sister, who she just tried to murder?
ベルトはミーシャをオリジナルにする。発動の条件は一つだけ。あなたが私を拒絶すること。さあ、私はあなた
Fuck, I don't remember this being the entire plot of the show.
大嫌いだった。
Maybe this was all a fever dream.
私はあなたのことがずっと大好きだった。
It was all under our nose the whole time. Sasha wasn't just a rotten person who thought of her own sister as a doll. The years of bullying were calculated. Tons of choreographed acts of cruelty, being a bitch in general, all to save Misha. And the evidence was right there. She killed her sister in front of the only dude in the world who can revive people. Her excuse...
You know when you're sick and you know you miss a day of school or work and you know it feels like you've missed maybe 3 days or something. If you took your eyes off this show for like 5 to 10 seconds, you felt like you missed 8 weeks of school or work. It was nuts.
Sucked. Her
Fucking
plan
roller
sucked.
coaster.
All to drop hints for the reveal. And the one reason I didn't see there was something greater going on was because the incredibly strong and most prevalent quality this anime has. It's retarded. Like, honestly, the plot twist was stupid. Come on. Misha disappears at exactly midnight on her 15th birthday. Why? What if they move to a different time zone? And time is man-made. Why does Magic give a shit about what year it is? And because of this, I see the characters do weird, erratic stuff and just think, oh, that's bad writing. There's no way this particular plot hole is intentional. And weirdly, it was, in this case. Okay, so that was revealed, and then Anos finds a solution that would let both the girls live, and they talk about it.
2度も奇跡が起きた。
何を言う？本当の奇跡はここからだ。
ハノスならミーシャの代わりに私を消すことができる。
There is nothing he or she or anyone said that even hinted at that idea. This is something you made up. You made
I
it
was
up.
literally
You made
just
it up.
about
You're
to say
embarrassing
that.
yourself.
両方救うだ。
Fuck off, ads! Please hold. Tibor play Minecraft. I feel like a Minecraft Let's Play with me would be painful. Because I don't know... I gotta sneeze. Nope, it's not gonna happen. I don't know the ins and outs of the game. So I feel like it would be fucking painful. I would consider it for stream, though. I think stream idea would be fun. Doing some MC.
ガイズで俺の魔力を分けてやる。お前たちのなすべきことは、その魔眼で期限を見据えること。そして鍵となるのは。
Yeah, save both!
The story
I
is
forgot
just
about that
so
too.
ridiculous and stupid that it catches me off guard even when I'm on high alert. When I saw this guy walk up to the castle, do you think I expected him to pick it up and spin it on his finger? No, that's one of the most stupid responses I could ever think of, but so stupid that it works. I like the main character. He does exactly what he says he's gonna do. There's this one
Minecraft
scene
stream
where a
would be
crazy
hype.
lady who's obsessed
Alright,
with pure
you've
blood
convinced
tries
me.
to hurt his mom, so he tortures and reincarnates
I'll do a
her real
Minecraft
quick as the
stream.
race she hates the most. And story-wise, it's genuinely kind of cool to watch Anos reminisce about the old days and run into incarnations of people he once knew, especially when that music that is way better than the show deserves.
That's true. That's true. There was cool parts about this show, and that was kind of one of them. Him running into reincarnations of his old, counterparts. I fucked with that.
Kicks in and makes me think the scenes are way deeper than they really are. And while the fight scenes look like poop 90% of the time, that 10% occasionally looks good. I found myself getting hyped for the next episode a few times. Now here's what it boils down to. If a friend were to ask me, Scam, should I watch this? No. No, it's a horrible show.
I would say, yeah, it's like
But I've
horrible
reached a
good.
Zen-like mentality where I can point and laugh at most of the stupid nonsense. Like anytime Anos does something with his power, or the excessive plot twists and counterplay that goes down in some of these fights. It's accidentally killed me several times. I laugh at the show a lot. I can also embrace some of the quirks. Sometimes sticks are gonna make sparks when swords hit them. Everybody knows that. And the final question.
Yeah, man.
Will I actually finish this anime after I do this video? Low-key, I might. Anyway, that's it. Now you can just leave, or you could stick around for some goodies. For example, if...
Nope, I'm leaving. No, dead ass though, that anime, like... It definitely wasn't the worst thing I've ever watched. You know, I didn't watch... I think I watched the entire show, or close to it. I didn't spend all that time watching it and immediately think, oh, that was a waste of time like I did with Rent-A-Girlfriend. Again, X-Rax, sorry to dunk on Rent-A-Girlfriend again. It's just so hard not to. Rating from 1 to 10? I would give it a 6. 5 or 6. Somewhere around there. It's like a healthy bad. Your most popular video is basically in a Charlie format. Your channel might be revived to get blow up again, and not gonna lie, if you do the same format content again. I have been thinking about that, like I told you already. I think my most popular video is still the Drake Dick video, which is so fucking funny. Hold on, let me check it. Let me fact check. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's my legacy. That time Drake whipped out his cock on the plane. How many views does that have? Let's see. I think last time I checked, it's in like hundreds of thousands. 169K. That is ridiculous. Yeah, I would consider that format again. I do like uploading every day. It's just very difficult to do consistently with how busy I am in real life. But, you know what? If I decide to post stream highlights on this same channel as well, we'll see. Anything can happen. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there because I've actually been streaming for 2 hours. I think this is my longest stream ever so far. But I'm going to call her there for today. I might be, what day is it? I might be back tomorrow around the same time. I might try a little later. We'll see. We'll just see. You can record, I can't fucking read. You can record multiple videos a day and just post those daily. Yeah, the issue is editing them. That's the most time consuming part. I could bang out a video in like 20 to 40 minutes, recording it, and then editing it takes me like 2 to 3 fucking hours. And then of course thumbnails and stuff. It's a whole thing. I will definitely consider pumping out videos every day again, though, because that shit's fun. Anyway, I'm going to call it. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you later. Have a great day.